Hey man, I'll be the contrarian, man. As far as Jason Tatum over KD, not yet. It's not that it's not going to happen. I think it's inevitable because I think Jason Tatum is probably going to take the crown as being like probably the best small forward maybe in a short time here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this: beating KD to be better than him just isn't enough. Better players have lost playoff series to greater teams, and that's just the truth. Truth is, the Boston Celtics are not getting enough credit as a team, as an organization. They got Brad Stevens out the way. They bring the new head coach in. His name escapes me right now, but they bring him in. He's got experience everywhere on good staffs. And then he don't get enough credit for making the necessary adjustments when they wasn't playing well to get them to play well. The point guard thing has been a revolving door since Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker. None of it
Marcus
worked.
Smart all along,
Marcus
bro.
Smart
I've been
on the
saying
roster
that,
the whole
bro.
time.
Been saying that.
Marcus Smart on the
Crazy.
roster the whole time, but he was the guy who was brave enough to put him there. And then also empowering him because now that's your starting point guard holding your stars accountable. As far as hang on, baby, go sit down, please. As far as holding your stars accountable in mid-season, telling them, hey, y'all not doing enough. Y'all not doing the right things. Marcus Smart's the longest tenured Celtic, and the new head coach empowered him in that role. What happened today, to me, was a reflection of what it's supposed to look like when your culture is about good hoop and you got good soil as far as how you bring up players and rosters on your teams. You look over at the Nets. They looking real Lakerish. They got bad soil. To me, Steve Nash got coached out his draws. Just the truth. He was sitting there in his fourth quarter before they went into the fourth quarter, and he was talking about how, if we go too small, we don't have enough space on the floor. And we can't, if we go small to get space, but we can't keep them off the glass. But if we go bigger, now we don't have space on the floor. Look over there. That team's playing Horford and Tice at the same time. Why do they got space, but you don't? Makes no sense. He just got coached out his draws, and the fact is it's going to cost him his job. The Brooklyn Nets, when they were so OP to where they couldn't fail with Harden and Kyrie with KD, and it was relatively good, it wasn't great. The other aspects wasn't great. It was just okay. You just can't lose because you're you just out-talent people. And that's the truth. But as far as Tatum over KD, not yet, man. I'll say this. If Tatum runs to the finals, he ain't even got to win it. He runs to the finals by beating Giannis in the next round. And then whether it's the Heat or the Sixers in the next round to get to the finals, I might have to switch up and say, hold up. This dude might be a top 5 player if he because you don't drop off top 5 players all the way to the finals and not be a top 5 player.
What you said,
I like how you phrase your things, but yeah, there's some issues.
Didn't do last year.
Yeah, there's some issues. There's some issues. I like how you phrase it. Chat, by the way, this is how somebody intellectually speaks. That's why y'all spamming W's. This how you have a solid argument. Shout out to you for real. But the issue with what you're saying comes down to a couple of things. One, a lot of the negativities. Look, corny as it sounds, bro. Katie put those things set in stone. That's just a responsibility on his end as well. But in regards to the Tatum thing, I'm not stamping it myself. But for people to act like what Omar said was ridiculous, and if you're going to act like it's ridiculous as well, I'm disappointed, is because, sure, if you want to go the route of, this guy outperformed him one time in this series, he can't just be better. Someone in chat's having a sped attack talking about D-Book and LeBron. Sure, you can go that route and be that ignorant, sure. But when you look at things a bit more maturely, you'll see that Tatum is defending Kevin Durant. He's stopping his game, which is a very one-to-one thing. If you can't score on me, that's tough, gangy. If I can score on you while you can't score on me, that's tough, gangy. If I can hit my teammates while you can't hit your teammates, and we both get doubled, that's tough, gangy. So that's where I'm like, yo, it's a conversation. And the fact that people don't want to conversate that and have this closed eyes, I like KD, no way he worse than somebody. It's ignorant. That is ignorance. And I don't want any ignorance to happen anymore. What you're saying does have a level of common sense to it because, yes, there's certain parts of the game Kevin Durant could not help, but he was responsible for not being able to help those things. And that you're held accountable to as well. So there's several reasons why this series specifically is not the same series as like if a Ja had beat Curry in a play-in one time, Ja better than it's not like that. But I do see why you feel this way. But unfortunately, I can't go as far as to say, nah, anybody who thinks Tatum over KD is just some sped or like anything like that. And I know you didn't say that.
And I don't think that.
I don't think that.
I'm just saying it is a conversation. I'm just saying for my taste, it's just not yet because again, KD is to me. While as great as he is, he's not a guy who's going to overcome the deficiencies of your team when you look at the other sideline and say they are just superior at these other things, and my talent can overcome that. Nah. That's LeBron-esque, and even LeBron had series like that to where he simply could not overcome. He got 2 games off the Warriors, 1 game off the Warriors in 2 years. And was KD better than Bron then? Back-to-back series?
Yeah, yeah. People were very idiotic
but
let's
let's move past talking about series because I understand one series, small sample size is 4 games.
Yes,
but I'm looking at a 40-game sample size since January. Jayson Tatum started off the season trash. Yeah. But since January, this is a 43-game sample size. 28 points, 7.5 rebounds, 5 assists on 62% true shooting percentage, playing really good defense. When I bring those up to you, that's not a 1-game sample size.
No, it's not.
That's a 43-game sample size, and then they went head-to-head where people told me the reason why the Nets are going to push this team to at least 7, if not win, is because of KD and Kyrie's greatness.
Exactly.
And Jayson Tatum showed up and Kyrie didn't. When I say Jayson Tatum is better than KD, is not blasphemous. It is not just based off of the last 2 weeks. I'm being so serious when I say that.
And to me, it's a total conversation, but I think you have to acknowledge the fact that the other aspects of what goes into what makes it a great team, Boston got it compared to the Nets, compared to just about most teams in the league out east. The other aspects that makes up a great team besides talent, besides superstars, Boston got it. They got a good culture. Mm-hmm. They got a good supporting cast. Here's an important thing. They have the ability to be hybrid. And what that means is big and small.
Oh, yeah.
Big and small. The Nets don't have that. They lost points in the paints. They lost the boards every single game. And while they were trying to play small, Boston was playing big, posting them up. Like you switching, how you expect, Seth Curry to hold a box out on Al Horford? Ain't gonna happen.
One bucket Tatum game to Bruce was nasty.
I'll be interested to see what happens and where the Nets go forward. I think they should fire Steve Nash. I think they got to look at a more experienced head coach, a more battle-tested head coach who can match wits with the best head coach that they have to offer. Because
they don't need a head coach. They don't need a head coach. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's so good at the game of basketball. He don't need a coach.
Again, what you're saying is correct. What you're saying is correct from a team management perspective. 100%. The Nets should say, yeah, Kevin, what the fuck, gangy? Get him out of here. We don't need Patty Mills and Seth Curry playing 1-2 because y'all can just outscore everybody. That's not realistic. But where I have to hold Kevin Durant accountable is where he was the one that said, yo, we can do that. We can ISO everybody because we have the skills. Man, Seth Curry, bugging. He going to do what James did for us except without the passing, and we going to score on whoever on us regardless. So we good, bro. And you can't construct your team like that. Him be completely the fuck off. And then be like, well, when you look at it from a management perspective, the Nets don't have this, then that. That's what Kevin asked for. And I don't know about you, but I know a guy where if the GM comes out there and he's like, surround me with playmakers. I'm not even talking about 2022. I'm talking about back then with Lance Stevenson, with I'm blanking on names right now. But when that Lakers team was like, and Magic Johnson was up there and like, yeah, let's surround LeBron with playmakers. Let's see how that worked. April Fools. So then now everybody was like, yeah, LeGM, just shut the fuck up. 2 years later, they tried LeGM again. Wrong again. LeGM, shut the fuck up. So the Nets need to be able to look Kevin Durant in the eye and be like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut the hell up. But I can't then blame the Nets for listening to Kevin Durant because that's like, what the fuck? what the fuck? Like, you bet for this shit.
I'm saying. Go ahead, Omar. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying to you too. Even though you said the thing about the one series, the one game from LeBron James, he didn't get it off in that one finals, and I'm looking at the series. That's where I'm looking at. I understand about the 42 games. That just adds to my argument. We're looking at the one series. I can still definitively say that LeBron James played better in the series as opposed to Kevin Durant. I don't care about what happened truly, because you just figure it out as an NBA player to at least play well enough to say, hey, I tried. I saw Kevin Durant running away from the ball this series.
That's true.
I saw him just not wanting to be a part of the action in a bunch of different ways. I saw him turn the ball over because of his inability to pass the ball competently. I just don't see those things from, if your argument or your counter is LeBron James. I definitely don't see it in that. Jayson Tatum is just better. It is what it is. I know. I'm not a proponent of one series tell somebody that it's better. What I'm looking at in this situation, though, is that Jayson Tatum is better than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, what people are ignoring in chat cooking, the one guy that keeps spamming the D-book thing. What people are ignoring when you look at that example, let's go to that example even. LeBron has a history of raising the floor, raising 2 games, and then if he plays bad, it's like, oh shit, while Devin Booker ascends. Fuck. Oh my God, that spam just fucked me up. But that spam just fucked me up. So while Tatum can ascend, right? While Tatum is ascending, showing you things that he's never done before, and he's starting to do it at a consistent basis, while Kevin Durant, on the other hand, is doing things that we've seen him consistently not do. We've seen Kevin Durant consistently miss clutch shots. He made the shot over LeBron. That was in Golden State about to be 5 years ago. He's been a consistently unclutch player, low-key. He's been consistently, just simply put, going against great defenses. He ain't been all that. Now, I'm not saying you have to dog great defenses 24/7, 365, but as a great all-time great scorer, I'd like you to not be fodder. So when you have those things going in and you see the trend of KD low-key being a disappointment, while you see Tatum actually elevating his game, for people to come up and be like, you know what? Hot take, I'm going to take KD. If anybody just has some refusal to even debate that, I think you're an idiot. Because I think that's just inconsistent. If they were playing in black suits, couldn't see them, couldn't see the face, no name on the jersey, you'd probably be like, oh yeah, no shit, the other guy's better. What are we doing? So that is just the unfortunate that Tatum has to do things Kevin Durant hasn't done. I've seen people in the chat say Tatum has to go out there, sweep Kevin Durant, beat Giannis Antetokounmpo, beat whoever he beats in the Eastern Conference Finals, do well in the finals to surpass Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant hasn't done that shit. Kevin Durant has not done that shit. He has not beat a player that is conceptually perceived better than him, then going on to beat the team after that, then going on to win a chip. That is not something Kevin Durant has done. It's just not. So it's crazy.
That's totally fair. I totally understand. But I would put a little more stock as far as in Tatum's rise once he's able to do it against someone who has a bit more of the stable components that good teams typically have, like Milwaukee. So I'm interested in that series next round. But I wanted to say one more thing on what Omar was talking about.
Wait another yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Why do we gotta wait? Why do we have to wait?
Why do we have to wait? Then I call a spade a spade.
Since 2012.
Thanks for watching. Let's keep it a buck. If you like that clip, go ahead, check out this video right here on your screen, and we'll catch you on the next one.